Welcome back to the Sunday Night Spotlight. Sunday Night Spotlight, 2 in a row. We're going to keep it going, though. Y'all seem to like these. We got Rob Mason on the night. Once a couple people get in here, we're going to bring him up in here. Boy, let me tell you, got some experience to share. This guy's a good freight hauling, hotshot, car hauling. He's done it all. Get some people up in here. Get them up in here. All right, as you come in, say what's up, what's up. See what we got going on. 24. All right. As I said, we got Rob tonight. Rob has done it all. There we are. What's up, what's up? What's up, guys? All right, so as y'all know, we're here for the Sunday Night Spotlight. I'm not going to keep y'all waiting because 7 o'clock we're supposed to go live. We're a little early, but we're going to bring him up in here, talk to him, see what's going on. It ain't about me. It's here for y'all. All right. My man, Rob.
Yo.
What's going on with you tonight, buddy?
Not much, just relaxing at home.
Oh, must be nice. When you going back out?
Tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Luis, get a hold of me. I'm trying to fix this camera here. All right. So I know you've been through the ringer with this, man. There ain't much you haven't done. Hold on. Everybody give me an audio check. We good? Everybody hear me good? Rob, you got me, right?
Yep.
All right. You don't hear the fan or none of that craziness, right? We're good. All right. I guess we're all right. All right. They say we're good. All right. So, could you tell me how you started? What got you into it? I know you've been through a little bit of everything, but we're going to do what you're doing right now. We'll talk about that last. So just remember that.
Well, I started driving tow truck a while back, and I was doing that for a long time, and it just got too dangerous, and, I had a little one on the way, and, people were getting killed left and right. So I was like, well, maybe it's time for me to get out of it. This way, I'm guaranteed to come home and everything to, see the family and everything.
All right. Now, you say too dangerous. Like, not everybody knows what you mean. Like, because when you say tow truck, they may think you're going into the neighborhoods and repoing cars. What do you mean by too dangerous? I mean, because if I understand you correctly, we still, at least me and what I do, still deal with what you're talking about every day. But what exactly are you talking about?
Well, it's roadside assistance, mainly on the highway, and people don't move over. And, they're texting and driving, and we have the lights on, and, they wound up hitting someone or crashing into the car, and people were dying like regularly, like every couple days, because drivers just don't pay attention enough.
So you're on like the Florida Turnpike because you're from Florida, correct?
Correct.
So you're on the Florida Turnpike. You're on I-95. You're on all them crazy roads, with inches to spare. That's what you were doing?
Correct. I-4 is the most deadliest highway, and every day someone's hit.
All right. Hold on. I don't think I can do it. They're saying your mic needs turned up a little bit, but I can't do it. There you go. All right, we'll try that. All right. So I don't know if y'all heard him or not, but you said I-4 is the most dangerous highway?
I-4 is about the worst, yes.
Okay. I've been down there a couple times, and there isn't room between the shoulders, the barriers, and the cars.
No, that's not.
Now, did you notice with doing that like out out-of-staters are worse than in-staters, or is it just it doesn't matter, just no one can drive in Florida? Like, are the tourists worse?
Pretty much no one can drive. If they're out
Okay.
of state, they're sightseeing, they're looking for this, they're looking for that, they're looking at the phone, they're not paying attention. It's really all of them. The younger people, they're texting. The older people, they're trying to find directions because they haven't a clue where they're going.
I got you. All right. And then what? So you got tired of that? That was unsafe, and you were doing that for somebody, or was that your own thing?
No,
like, were you a tow truck driver?
Yeah, I was working for someone.
Okay. So that got too dangerous. Then what?
Then I went into the 4-car wedge with a Dodge Dually, and I did that for. It was brand new when I got it. We went about 50,000 miles and deleted it, and it was a lot of DEF problems.
So what kind of truck was it?
It was a 2018 Dodge Ram 3500 Dually with the ASIN.
Surprise, surprise, right? Oh man. All right, so what got you into car hauling? Like, I know you didn't just wake up and buy a 4-car wedge. You see them, or what got you started?
I was I've been in transportation basically all my life, but that's one thing that I know how to do is transport cars. So, I said, well, why don't I just do a long haul with it instead of in-state or whatever. So I found this guy, he wanted a driver. So, I talked to him, and he was running a medium duty Freightliner, single axle, and pulling it with had the wedge on the back of it. So I got hooked up with him. I got the brand new truck not long after that, and I was doing North Carolina runs, and basically I was doing it with a CDLB, which was a no-no. So I did get caught. I got a lawyer. I got everything dismissed, and then I went and got my CDLA.
So what was a no-no about CDLB? Like, what you running around with a CDLB? Explain to them how you got caught, when you got caught, and like, what are the repercussions? Obviously, you got a lawyer and got it thrown out, but that sounds like the best case scenario. Like, what were you looking at? Because this could be either way. This could be non-CDL, requiring an A, or B. It's the same thing. So what exactly did you go through in that process?
Well, CDLB is a straight truck up to 80,000 pounds, not pulling anything, which I was driving a dump truck a while back. That's why I had got that. Right. So in A, if you're pulling, over 10,000 pounds, my weight was over 26 altogether. So that automatically put me at, class A, and I got a ticket for driving out of my class.
Right. So a class B, just to clear this up before we go too far, is a combination or a single unit up to 80,000 pounds with a trailer under 10,000 pounds. So correct. Once you're over that 26, you need a CDL regardless. It's just which one do you need? All right, so you had to be for under 10, but you needed to be over 10.
Correct.
Okay. And then what?
So I got my license all straightened out and everything, and did the car hauling a little bit more. It dried up, pretty quick because that was my only run, was North Carolina and back. So we switched gears to a 40-foot flatbed. The first one I had was a Gator Made, I think. And then I went to a Big Text. The Gator Maid was only rated for like 16,000. So we had to go to the Big Tex, which was 25,999.
Okay, so you went to the higher one, so you could haul more weight.
Yeah, and it had 15,000-pound axles.
Okay, what axles were on the Gator Maid?
10,000.
Okay, did you have any issues with them, or was it just you needed more weight? Like, what was it like pulling with the 10,000-pound axles?
I never had any problems. I had loaded a forklift all the way forward, and then on the neck basically, and I had a little twist, but not too bad. That was like a 700 mile run from the Carolinas back home, and that was about as much weight as I put on that trailer. I think the forklift I think was 20,000 pounds, and then I had another 20,000 in the back. So I maxed it out, and I was lucky to get as far as I did, because in all actuality, I think I had 47,000 pounds between the trailer and the cargo, and I didn't have any problems with it.
Okay.
But I was also running grease in the hubs and not oil.
All right, so you converted it from oil to grease, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Now going back, because I should have asked. Then running your wedge, um, were you? Oh, hold on, blackout. When you were running your wedge, what axles did it have?
The wedge had 10,000 also.
Okay, so you got lucky that you didn't get the Grace's 7K axles. You weren't lucky enough for that.
No, I knew automatically not
You have
to
no
get.
idea what you're missing. You gotta get you some. You have no idea what you're missing, man. No
I
idea.
road.
All right. Um. So, all right. So you did that. Now you're on the flatbed. Are you still running Florida to North Carolina? Did you venture out? What
I
exactly?
I ventured all over with the flatbed.
Okay.
Um, and
Now, are you leased on at this time? Are you leased on, or are you running for somebody?
I was running for someone.
Okay, but it was your equipment.
Yeah.
Right. So, what was that like? You're running all over the country. You're leased on to this guy. What was that like? Was it a great experience? Was there something you would have done different? Like, what was that like, leasing on under another hotshot?
Um, it was definitely more money out of your pocket. At the end of the road, you don't really have that much, and you still have to pay your expenses.
Right. Okay. Was the expect like was it a high percentage? Were you above 20, under 20? You don't have to get into the details if you don't want to, but
I think
like
I was at 25.
25. Now, who was paying insurance?
He was.
Okay, so you're paying 25, but he's paying your insurance.
Yeah.
So, guess that's not too bad. Could be better, but
Yeah.
all right. So, how long did you do that for? You go on. What happened next?
After that, the truck broke.
The 2018.
Yeah, the truck broke because the exhaust manifold gasket, it blew out the side.
On the
I guess
number 6,
uh
the one in the back.
no, actually it was all the way forward.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was all the way forward. Um, Basically, there's no EGT sensor on it,
Right.
which I said in the beginning to put it on, and he didn't want to spend the $200 and put it on. So we just ran it, and Tennessee with a wide load, I had a tobacco farm or a tobacco barn on there, and trying to climb the hills with 20,000 pounds on the trailer, it blew it out.
Oh wow. Okay. Um, so do you think that $200 EGT gauge would have saved that truck?
Probably, because
Okay.
I would have watched it and I would have been able to pull over or let off the gas a little bit.
Right, because like when I talk to people, a lot of people don't understand the need and the reason, like to upgrade. Like you see my old Dodges, I had gauges everywhere, and
Mhm.
people think, oh well, if they come from the factory that way, then it must be okay, and we don't need it. But you're saying, and that was a stock truck,
That was stock, but I deleted it,
okay,
and it had a mild, very mild tune on it, basically for economy.
okay,
But I didn't have a sensor that says let off the gas. I'm getting too hot.
right, right, because your temperature gauge doesn't do that for you.
No.
All right, sorry about that. Oh man. So, all right, you blew up your truck. Did you buy a new one, or what happened next?
No, we fixed the manifold gasket, ran it, I think another week, and the same thing happened again.
So now, did you put an EGT gauge on it this time, or still no EGT gauge?
No, basically, we just did it just to get back because I
Right.
was in, I want to say I was in Minnesota or, pretty far away.
Okay.
And it was like $1,600 for the guy to do it. And it took him 2 days. And so basically, I came back and it sat, took it to the dealer. The dealer says that you need a turbo, this, that, whole bunch of crap. It was like $17,000 they wanted.
$17,000.
Yeah.
Now, was this the result of blowing out the exhaust gasket, or was the gasket the result of the truck? Do you know, or you're not sure? Did they ever
Uh,
tell you?
no, we never had it fixed.
Okay.
Basically, it just sat. But I'm thinking that the only thing wrong with it was that gasket again. And I think that the manifold was warped. That's why it didn't want to seal right.
Right. Kept kept pulling it out. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, in all this, not trying to roll you under the bus or anything, but were you pushing, because I push this and I think you do on your channel, um, were you putting back a big maintenance fund, or were you in the camp like I was when I started that it's a new truck, it'll make me 2 months and then I could do it? Like, where were you in that process?
Basically, I was living paycheck to paycheck, so there was no extra.
Okay. So
The the,
as you
the freight
start up,
just wasn't there.
right, okay. So when we get into this, we're not going to go out next week and make $3,000-4,000. You're over here
No,
busting bubbles.
no.
So, all right. And now, was that the situation with the cars too? Like, were you living paycheck to paycheck there, or were you doing a little better? But that was drive. Yeah, you were on your own then too.
Yeah.
Was it
Uh,
all about the same, or
yeah. I think I was making a little more with the freight,
okay?
but the trailer in the beginning was, 10 grand. That was financed, and then all the equipment was um, probably another $2,000. And I
Okay.
actually started with no tarps either. I just had chain straps and binders.
So you were hauling freight with no tarps.
Correct. I
So
started with
how
no tarps.
so how much did that restrict you? Because
Uh,
these guys, I don't haul freight, but these guys are saying even coils or metal that's outside needs tarp some these days. Like, how did that affect you not having tarps on your truck?
um, it it uh it was pretty bad. Um, it was hard to find a load. We found one load. I had a dispatcher at the time, and they told me to go to Home Depot or something and get a regular tarp. and strap it up really good because this load paid really well.
Like one of the blue tarps?
Yeah, it was actually brown. It was a heavy duty one, but it only lasted for that one run.
Did it make it all the way through the run?
It did.
But you're a lucky man.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So after that, did you buy tarps or did you keep restricting yourself? Like what exactly? Oh my God, this light. Like
No,
what exactly?
I got tarps soon after that. I think I paid they're like $200 a piece.
200 a piece for tarps. So,
Correct.
when you got into this, I think you answered it, but I just want to clarify for people. You bought chains, binders, and what else in the beginning for the $2,000?
Straps.
Straps. So those three things were $2,000. And then when you bought your tarps, how much were your tarps?
I think they're like 200 to 225 a piece, and I got I think they're 16 by 24.
So you didn't get like the big drop tarps, and you didn't get a whole variety. You just got a couple of one size, right?
Yeah, I think I got the ones that I had were I think they call them steel tarps,
Okay.
and they're completely flat. There's no flaps or none of that.
Okay. So if you got three of them, you're 675. So almost $3,000 just to secure it to the trailer to start up, pretty much, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you wouldn't recommend starting a business with like $5,000 in your pocket, right?
Not unless you got a whole ton of credit.
You're right. All right. So now you ran that for a while. You bought tarps. How long did you run freight for? Like, was that a couple year thing? Did you find big success in it? Like, what happened with that?
No, I was still using that truck, so it only lasted, I think, maybe 3-4 months, and then that truck was done.
Okay. So, and then, so you did that. We're gonna have a new light next week, I promise. So, did you get a new truck? What did you end up doing there?
No, I let the truck sit. And then basically I sat home for probably 2-3 months, and bills were due. You know, the repo man was knocking, the electric was knocking, everyone was knocking. So I went to work driving the truck that I have now.
All right, so I'm gonna take you back somewhere. I don't know where we're gonna go here, but I have a picture you sent me of an enclosed trailer. Well, where does that come in? Did you run enclosed? Was that a power only unit? Oh no, you know what? I'm sorry.
That's my tobacco barn.
Oh, that's the tobacco barn. I thought that was enclosed trailer. Okay. So, did you run a lot of those oversized loads like that?
That was the only one that I did, and that was the one that I started having issues with that truck.
All right. Would you mind telling? I know a lot of people are scared of them. What's it like to run an oversized load? You get an oversized, you need permits. I don't know if you need escorts. What exactly is it like to run a big oversized load? You can't just put it on the trailer and go, right? Or can you?
Me and the other guy that I was with, basically I loaded, and then you know, I secured and everything, and then I helped him out. He actually had a flat tire that I helped him change while we were at the shipper. And basically we drove to a truck stop and we sat, you know, a couple days for our permits to come. And I believe we were only like 10-6 wide, so we didn't have to have escorts.
Okay.
They give you a route. They have to follow, you know, to the T, you know, roads that you can't go on, lanes that you can be in, lanes you can't be in, stuff like that. He actually got a different route than I did, but he actually followed me on my route, and he didn't have one of his permits. It didn't come in yet. And that one state that he didn't have it, we got to the scale. I showed him mine, and he was like, I don't have it. So, we had to sit there. I could have went on, but I wasn't going to leave him like that. And we actually sat there till the next day, and we actually, he got his permit, so we started going again.
So I'm guessing you went through multiple states, right? So
yeah, it went from North Carolina to Wisconsin.
So did you have to call did you call every state? Did you like what did you have somebody get them? Do you get them individually? Sorry, somebody sent me a message and threw me off there. What like what was it like getting the permits?
We used a permit company.
Okay, but they didn't just call and say, "Here, we got them all." They gave them to you one by one when they got them, I guess.
One by one, and one of them was wrong, and we had to wait like a half a day to get that one fixed. They need all the measurements of all your axles, the kingpin to axle, because I was actually running a kingpin on that. I wasn't running a fifth wheel or a gooseneck.
Okay.
Well, I was running a gooseneck, but I had a fifth wheel attachment, not a, ball and coupler.
I got you. Who do you know why you guys got two different routes? I mean, that doesn't make sense to me, but
I guess it's whatever they pick.
Okay.
Whoever wants to, be the go-to guy, I guess, picks, whatever route. It did say on there that we had to be a mile apart. Otherwise it was considered a convoy, and it was a no-no. So
you guys are running together, but you have to be a mile apart. That's interesting.
Yeah, and he had no CPD either.
So that's another one we should get into. Hope you got time because you're bringing up some good stuff. Why do you need a CB in the truck? Like, I don't understand why do we need these? Like, I don't get it. What would that do for you in that situation? Why would it have helped you?
Number one is safety. Not too long ago, it was raining. It was pouring down rain. And I don't remember where I was, but it was a really, really dark road. It was a 3-lane in each way. And someone jumped on the CB and said, there's a car spun out blocking 1 and 2 lanes. Jump over and, to avoid it. And 3 miles down the road, the car is sitting in the middle of the road looking at me, and I'm passing it doing 70.
And that happens more than people realize. Now, there is a lot of gibberish. There is, because there's humans on it. But the amount of, there's been times I've been at an exit and they told me jump off if you're there, because a mile ahead, you're going to be sitting for 3 hours, And the biggest complaint I have with the radio is nobody tells them on until they're in traffic, and then but so now would that have helped? That would have helped you in your oversized load, you think?
It would have if I had the same problem, or they're doing construction and the lane went down to 10 feet wide and my load was 10.6, then I would have known that I need to look for a different route and hurry up and stop.
Okay. Now, did they give you any routes with construction, or were these like perfect routes, no problems, like the ideal route?
I think the only problem I had was going through Tennessee.
Okay.
And that one was construction, and the lanes were 11 wide.
So that was pretty close. You got to put some butter down each side, huh? All right. So, so now you're sitting home. all the bills are due. What's next? Like,
So I go into driving a semi. I have my Class A now, so I go to driving a semi, which is right here in
oh,
the truck.
oh, check that out. That's a big boy sleeper there. Maybe one day we'll get one of those. Maybe one day.
So that's what we're doing now.
So, what are you pulling with that?
Wally Mo 8 car.
Wally Mo 8 car, huh? What kind of like, what do you do? POVs? Do you do auction cars? What exactly do you do?
Here lately, I've been doing snowbirds.
Snow. Oh, lucky you. You can have that nonsense. Uh, so now, are you doing a lot of door-to-door deliveries with that, or do you go to parking lots, or like I can't. Go ahead.
90% is parking lots because these people live in these nice subdivisions, and there's no way that you're getting in there and turning around and being able to make the turns or anything like that.
Right now, so you're doing 8 picks, 8 drops, or are you spreading them out over the days? Like, how does logistically, how do you do this? Like, I know how I do it, but how do you do it?
Most of the time I'm only getting 7 on because for 8 they have to be small like that. That picture of the Jeep Renegades, they were so short that's how I could get 8 on. Big trucks, stuff like that, I'm looking at 6 or 7, combined with cars or whatnot. But for the most part, I'll do, 5 or 6 up there and then 6 or 7 back.
Okay, so you don't really worry about filling the whole truck. You just get to your number and go, or do you get as much as you can get on it?
Um, Both really. Sometimes going up, we get whatever we can get and then go because, time is money. And if we're, dilly dallying around the state, trying to get this, trying to get that, the numbers really aren't over. It's basically time is worth more than what the cars are going to be paying because we already know that the cars don't pay going north.
Right, that's for sure. Now, do you have a dispatcher, or what
Yeah.
exactly? Like, how do you do that?
Yeah, I have a dispatcher.
Okay. And so they keep you loaded, and you just pretty much do they send them to you like on Super Dispatch, or is it you call? Like, what's the process? I don't want to put in here who your dispatcher is, but like, what's the process? Do they find you cars, and you just take whatever? Do they approve them? Like, what's that process like?
Basically, he does call me. He's basically just a friend. He's not a true dispatcher, but it works for us. We get them off Central Dispatch. They go through Super Dispatch, and if he has a question on something, he'll call me. If it's a big truck and like 9 cars, he'll call me and say, listen, I know we can't do 9 cars. We can do 1 truck and 5 cars, or do you know if these are going to fit? It's 4 SUVs, 2 trucks, and a car. So he always, before he actually books it, most of the time he'll call me and just check to make sure that it'll fit.
Right now, you had a dispatcher when you were hauling freight, correct?
Yeah, but they were only a friend also. They weren't a true dispatcher.
Okay. Have you ever had a true dispatch service?
I did for a little bit. His name was Jonathan. I have him on my Facebook. And he was working out of actually Tennessee.
All right. And now, 'cause I have a question, I'm trying to find the answer to it. I'm glad you had that. Now, did he haul for multiple trucks, or did he dispatch? Did. Now, do you, as a driver, and I'm not downing nobody, I'm just asking for the the difference. Did you notice a difference when, let's say, your friends are solely focused on your truck, because that's what they're doing, right? He just does yours, or does he have multiples? And now, in a truck that has a dispatcher that has 4 or 5 trucks, do you see a difference in the way they dispatch, the time they take, or do you think they're both just as good?
No, absolutely not. You need someone that's mainly focused on you and you only, because otherwise the attention's not going to be, mainly on you.
Right. And that's kind of like my thoughts and feelings behind it. But I don't know what you just did, but I get a bad echo. Is the sound bouncing off of something?
I'll move my hand on my phone, maybe.
Oh, okay. Um, so you think you need individual? If you were like, there's people on here. We've got people that look to get into Hotshot. And now, if you guys are looking to move up, you want to know info, and we'll plug him real quick. Then we'll get back to the questions. Rob is on. He's on YouTube. No More Hotshot Car Hauling is his channel. Don't leave yet, but when we're done, you go on over there, give him a like and a subscribe, and watch a couple videos. Now, obviously there's people in here looking to get into it, or maybe looking to move up. What would you tell somebody that is looking for cars to freight, or freight the big rig, or anything? Because you've been through the gamut, what would you tell anybody, that does that?
I would say definitely get a truck that's going to last. These dualies, it's okay to start with them, but you don't want to buy a brand new one because it's not going to last that long. And the money that's going to be wrapped up in it, you're never going to get your equity back out of it.
Mine lasted 40K. You ain't telling me nothing. So you think they should start with a medium duty, semi, or now non-CDL? Obviously, you have to start with a dually, but I'm in the camp of non-CDL or any hotshot is a stepping stone. Obviously, we both started with it. We're both in semis, and I don't know about yours, but my quality of life is a whole lot better in a semi, even a flat top.
Oh yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm a flat top guy. I'd love a condo, but I like the flat tops. But so you think your quality of life's better? Would you go back to Hotshot? Let's say the market blew up tomorrow. Would you go back to a dually, or would you stay in your big rig?
I'd stay in the big rig.
Now, would you go back to freight, or are you stuck with cars now?
I'm pretty much dedicated on cars. The only thing that I would maybe do is drop and hook, because I'm gonna have to buy another trailer.
Now, have you ever considered doing both at the same time?
I actually mentioned it to my partner, and I said that it might be time because the cars are, getting a little scarce, and I actually mentioned to him about doing the Amazon, the relay, the drop and hook.
Okay, but you wouldn't consider doing freight and cars at the same time?
Maybe like every other week or something like that, maybe.
Okay, but you wouldn't buy a flatbed to haul cars?
No.
Okay. So all right, so we've been on here about 40 minutes. If you got a couple minutes, we're going to open it up.
Yeah.
So we're going to open it up to questions. CJ, I see your question. I'm not going to put it here. I can ask Rob and get that information if you want to email me. But that's not something I would do on here. But if you have that question, I can find it for you if it's like something you really need to know. But does anybody have any questions for Rob or me or anything like that? But it's kind of more about Rob. So I don't think I really seen any questions in here. Yes, on it. Just what? What spec? Do you know what specs your truck are? Like, what motor you running in that truck, and do you know your rear and your trans and all that? So I'm not getting many questions, so just kind of keep it going. If something comes up,
Um,
um,
I have 2015 Kenworth T680.
right?
It's got a Cummins in it with Eaton Fuller 10-speed with 343 or 342 rears.
Okay. Now your ninth to tenth gear is that, and your eighth and ninth to tenth, is that a big swing in your truck?
Eighth and ninth, yeah.
Yeah, I got like a 600 RPM swing. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to put a. Um, why do you say no? What? Man, what are you talking about? Um, what's the difference in trip times away from the house between running a. All right, so now that you're in your 8 car and you ran your 3 car and you ran freight, um, what are you noticing? Do you have more times at home? Are you gone more? Like Richard's question is, it's what's the difference in trip times away from the house between running a, he said, for example, 5 car and a 7 car. So we know you had the 4 car, 3 car, 3/4, now the 8. Are you getting home more with the 8 car? Are the trips longer? Like what exactly is that like hauling cars the difference wise?
Here lately, I've been home for every weekend, every other weekend, only because of what we're doing now with the snowbirds. But before that, I was gone, a month and a half, 2 months at a time, mainly because there's no money when you come back to Florida.
And now that was in your 8 car and your 4 car. They were both the same.
Yes.
Okay. Um.
That's why when I was hauling freight, I would stay out so long, because every time you come home, there's just, you get screwed coming in and you get screwed going out. So,
Yeah. I'm kind of struggling right now, man. I've been doing it 5 years, and I've been gone 3 weeks at a time and home for, and it's just driving me nuts, dude. Um. You pick up singles or you do full loads?
I do a lot of singles.
Do a lot of singles.
Yeah. Full
Now,
loads are nice, but I can get 8, that pay 1,000 with single picks, or I can get 8 all in one load and they pay around, 450 to $500, but it's one pick, one drop. So you have to
okay,
kind of weigh out if it's worth it to take that, pay cut. Is it better to do that and turn and burn, or is it worth it to actually take the time and do the onesies?
okay. Now, the semi to the dually, maintenance wise, what what is that like? Like, don't go into cost because I got something coming up on that, and I don't want to talk about that right now. Maybe I'll bring you back to talk about that. But your interval wise, what what is that? What is the difference on that?
Well, tires last, 5 times longer in a semi than they do a dually. Yeah,
Right.
they might cost more, but they last a lot longer. Oil changes are, 10,000 miles. Um,
You do that in both, right?
yeah,
10 in the
10,000.
truck, 10 in the dually. Okay.
Yeah. Um, basically the parts are, a little bit more money, but they last a hell of a lot longer. So,
I got you.
and
Now,
that's what this truck is made for weight. So, it's not like you have really a big worry with, blowing it up or having a manifold gasket go out, because you're putting a lot of strain on it.
Right. Okay. Now, I think you mentioned you have a business partner.
Correct.
Okay. Now, is that you don't have to get into the details, but did you do that as like a friend or a family, or was it just somebody you know through the business and you teamed up?
Basically, when I stopped working with the other guy, uh, this guy here, he had the semi for sale. And, I said, well, why don't we just get a trailer? You can do all the paperwork and everything, and I'll just do the labor for the most part.
Okay. That sounds like a win-win for everybody. Um, Now you don't have to give us your exact lanes or none of that, but where do you pick up? Like, do you run northeast, southeast, Midwest? I know you're running snowbirds, but contrary to what people believe, literally snowbirds everywhere in the country. Like, I went to Montana, and I never realized it until I was up there, and they were talking about snowbirds leaving Montana. Now you want to talk about snowbirds paying big money? Lord have mercy. Dude, there
Yeah.
was cars coming out of Montana, like way up in the mountains. They were like $2,500 a piece going to Florida. So if you want to run big money snowbirds, you go into the mountains. But what area do you run? Like, you don't have to give us your states or towns or nothing. But
Um, I basically run all over. Right now, I'm doing Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Florida. But I was doing a lot of the Texas, Oklahoma, Colorado, Arizona. I did one load of rental cars from Arizona to Colorado. It was like 600 miles, and it paid like $5,400. And I was able to get, I think I got 5 units. I think it was 5 Tahoes, or no, four
okay,
Tahoes and a little Chevy Terrain.
all right. And how many miles did you say it was in the price?
It was like 500-600 miles.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, it was Memphis to, or not Memphis, Tucson, I think, to Denver.
But so now your snowbirds, I'm sure that's running out pretty soon. But do you deadhead back north, or do you waste the time? I call it a waste of time. It may not be to you, but do you waste the time to get loads to go north, or you just say I'm going and we're going to get this done and move on?
Well, most of the time we can get 2,500, with five, 6 cars to go up there, and then hopefully we can get them all in, one small area to drop them. It takes us probably about a day to pick them all up, and last time I think we got like $3,300 going north, and then I came back with like 5,300, I think, something like that. And
So
I had
that
six, I came back with.
right now, I'm gonna ask this. I haven't asked anybody else this, but I kind of noticed this going on with me a couple times because these trucks and all this is just so expensive. And you come from a company driver position, and yeah, I'm just asking this to make people aware. Have you noticed the where I don't want to say you lose lose respect for money, but have you noticed where like if somebody says 500 this costs $500, have you noticed yourself just accepting $500 like you used to accept $200? You understand what I'm asking you or not really? Like
Yeah,
kind of
for the most part, if it's 500 and you want 600, but yeah, there's nothing else on the board. I mean, you're really stuck, and you have to take it.
right.
Uh,
Um,
as much
you
as I don't want to take it, you have to either get back home or, have an empty spot.
just keep it moving. I got you. All right. Well, I appreciate you for coming on tonight. I got to get back to finishing these loads. I got one, and boy, wait till you hear what happened tonight. Oh, it'll be on a video. But I appreciate you coming on with us tonight, giving us your expertise. Um, we'll be here next Sunday, same time, same place. So, you got anything else you want to say, or you know, plug your channel? What do you talk about? Give them something to look forward to.
Basically, I just started the channel. I got, I think, 4 videos on there. Number 1 is safety. Take the extra 5-10 minutes and make sure the stuff's strapped down. I got some pictures on there of, a wedge hauler that I ran into at the pumps, and it was a nightmare. Those pictures, I mean, it was a pure nightmare.
Now, was it just bad equipment or not taking up for it, or?
Well, I think his truck was a 6-foot, and he was hauling a wedge with it, and he crushed the truck.
Wow.
Too sharp, and he just crushed the whole back of the cab, blew out the window, and wires all hanging. He's got straps, like cargo straps, trying to hold on the cars. You'd have to go look at the pictures. It's pretty bad.
I got you. All right. Well, going over there, check out No More Hotshot Car Hauling on YouTube. Like I said, if you don't have anything else, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, and I appreciate you for everything, Rob.
All righty.
All right. Thank you. Have a great night.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, I appreciate you for coming in tonight. We're going to do this every Sunday. We're going to bring on whoever, wherever, whatever. Try to give you guys all the insight you could need. I don't know the details, but Enoch just posted he's got a Hotshot combo truck and trailer for sale. So maybe if that's something you're interested in, maybe you could hit him up. But you guys have any questions, any video ideas? I'll stay around for probably another 5 minutes, and I got to hit the road, Jack. And so what do you guys think of these? It's it's a lot of time. I don't mind doing it. I really enjoy doing it. The last one was great, view-wise. So if you guys are enjoying these, then we're going to keep them going. And I appreciate everybody coming in. I think we were up to about 64, 65 people tonight. But like I said, if anybody has any questions or anything, now's the time. Or forever hold your peace. All right, Victory Lap, I appreciate you. Again, I want to thank Rob for coming out. All right, guys, I appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm going to get back on the road. Like I said, if you guys have any show ideas, like even for me to do one-on-one, like how I normally do shows, hotshotwedge@gmail, I can always use insight from you guys. Because without you guys, we have nada. So let me know what you need to hear, want to see, want to hear, whatever. And then we'll go for there. So, all right, guys, I will see you next Sunday for Spotlight Sunday. But until then, hey, Miller, you're going to have to wait and see. I got to verify. But I will link his channel, and we will know tomorrow or Tuesday who's on. John Ford, I'd appreciate it. Hotshotwedge@gmail, or you can go into the links. I do have like a spot where you can send fan mail or whatever, just something fun. It is down in the description. So, all right, guys, but we're going to get out of here. And John, send me an email, hotshotwedge@gmail. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Make sure you hit that like button. And don't go home yet. Go watch some more videos. We out. Peace.